Here's a stool that I got from a friend that I buy things from. He does estate sales. And I think I bought it for maybe $5. He had it with a bunch of other things that he picked up. And I needed a work stool, something that I could bang around in the shop and not have to worry about it. And it's nice and sturdy. I didn't need to do any tightening to it. It had some dings in it. Has a few gouges on the seat and some stains. All I did was clean it up really well and sand it down on the top. I sanded the legs a little bit toward the end so that they wouldn't be jagged. And don't mind my floor. It's actually clean, believe it or not. It's been disinfected probably 50 times. But the stains are in there. They used to do car repairs in there, so that's just going to be like that until I decide to paint it. I'm going to use some vinegar. Oh, here we go. Vinegar and water to wash that stool. It's a stool that I use all the time. So I have a 120 grit sandpaper on here. It's not new, and I basically just want to take the few bits of paint off of it and smooth out the surface. I'm going to fill in some of these holes with some putty, and we'll be able to paint. I'm just taking down the feet so that afterwards I can put nice new pads on them. So I said I was going to use a primer. I decided to use a coat of drop cloth. I don't really need a primer. The only one I actually have on hand right now is an oil-based primer. And that would just take too long to dry. So I'm going to use an old container of drop cloth, and I'm just going to add just a little bit of water to it because it's getting kind of thickened. And this is a terrible stirrer. Okay, I'm just going to thin this down a little bit. And so I have a number of colors here because this is the decoupage paper that I'm going to use on the top. It's a rice paper, and it's from Redesign with Prima. It is called Moonlight Garden, and I'll take it out and give you a better look. It's not too big, but we don't need a big piece. I think it's the must be A3 size. So it's big enough to cover, oh, and I should have pulled some of the, like aubergine or something. I can probably make a purple, but that's all the colors we're going to use. And so I have Tea Rose in Dixie Belle. These are all different paints. This is Ballet Slipper, and that is a Waverly. I have a RetiqueIt, and the color is, haven't used it in so long, Celedonite. We have a Waverly Fern. You've probably seen that a lot. This is a Dixie Belle I haven't used. That's the Antebellum blue. Yep. And Bunker Hill blue, and then the peony. So different types of paints, just grabbing at home what I had that I thought would take up a lot of this decoupage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the decoupage on the seat side, facing up, that you would sit on, and I'm going to do just a bunch of random colors on the legs. So no rhyme or reason. And then I will blend it all when I get to the top. So that's the goal, and we're just going to have a little fun with it. Okay, so I have that top of an egg carton. Light is a little funny in here, just because all I have is the overhead lighting. So I'll be mixing up each color, and I'm going to put each color in a separate egg section. And I have several brushes, and they are the just chip brushes, just for applying the paint. And I have one blending brush, which I also have a wet rag so that I can wipe off my blending brush occasionally. Take a paper towel. I'm just going to put this right here. Oh, let's see. Let's put another green next to it. I just have a bunch of these stir sticks. Be back in a minute. Okay, so I poured out my colors. I still have the drop cloth in case I need it, but I mixed a purple out of the Bunker Hill blue, the peony, and Antebellum blue, and I think that's a good match. I have some wipes here because I make a mess, but yeah, so it pretty much gives me every color. So that's what I'm going to start on the bottom. By the time the top dries with its wood filler, I'll be able to paint the top, and then not too long after, I should be able to put down the rice paper. It depends. I'm trying to get it warm in here so that, I'll be able to work. But I'm thinking of putting the darker colors on the bottom, so I'll start with the blue and the greens. But like I say, there's no real rhyme or reason that I'm going to use. I'm not going to stress over it. Okay, so it's dried up quite a bit, and I'm putting on a coat of the drop cloth on the top. The reason I'm putting the drop cloth here is so that my rice paper shows up really well. And this feels just a bit sticky, so I am going to give it just a little bit of spray. And there's basically no finish on this stool at all, so the wood just soaks in the paint. Okay, so excuse me, what I'm going to do is, sorry for the shaking, I'm going to tear the edges so that they're not straight, and
Let's see. Yeah, I'm not going to try to follow the curves of the stool because I'll get wrinkles, and I move around on it a lot, so, you know, if my pants catch on a little bump, I don't want to tear the paper later on. Not that it should, but you never know. So what I'm going to do is just follow the top of the stool, and it's possible that I might take and just fill in some of those spaces with pieces of the decoupage that I tore. Not sure. I'll have to see what it looks like, but that's what I'm going to do right now. So, yep. I haven't tried this before. I got it at the Dollar Tree, but it's a matte finish. It's a matte finish, and it has the consistency that I like. I like that, you know, real gel material instead of a thin material. So, but this is the first time I've used it. Oops. So I'm going to start at the top. I don't usually lay out all the decoupage medium all at once. This is just a clean chip brush. I keep all sorts of covers specifically for making little messes like this. Yeah. Here we go. And I'm going to put this down so it's not in my way. And then I just do small sections at a time. I don't know if you can see beyond my arms here. I'm tearing up more of this paper because I'm going to try to piece some of it in. And so you can see how neat that is, right? Yeah, you can just tear it up, especially with these patterns that are, kind of artsy, boho type. You can mix and match, and it looks really cool. It looks like it was made that way. Neat. Okay, I love the decoupage. Came out very nice. I don't even think you can see where it's pieced together. In fact, it looks like it's pieced together here, but that's not. It's part of the pattern of the decoupage. So, I mean, it's pieced together right here, which I think just makes it look cool. So, but today, I actually don't like the colors. Most of them are okay. So I don't like the light pink. I don't like the dark pink. And I mixed together a couple of colors again, which I think is going to be better. So you can see with the green, I just darkened the green with a little bit of black paint and a little bit of the light green. I took some light green, put it in the regular green with some black and made a darker green. That's my black mixture. I mixed a couple of paints to get, it's not really magenta, but it's like a plum color, nice plum color, and a better purple without the baby pinks. So I'm going to go over it again today, and these blues are going to stay the same. So yeah, let's do that. I'm going to end up cutting out some of the painting of those legs, and I'll switch it in for my correction. To make it less tricky than it was yesterday, doing all 4 legs at once and running around all different sides, I'm going to do it a little differently today. Today I'm going to do 1 leg at a time and, blend in where all my joints are, because it's really tricky to try to do all 4 at once. So that's going to be my plan today, and I think it will be a little bit easier. So all the blends are done, and now I have to do some fine tuning of it on this side. I'm going to also have to do some fine tuning of it right side up. So as I said earlier, what I'm going to do is use my blending brush and keep it as clean as I can. A little bit of water just to activate the paints again. I don't want to add any paints because the colors are the way I want them. So the only thing I'm going to do is maybe add just a little bit of water at the blends so that I can fine tune it. Yep, then I'll flip it right side up and I'll do that again. And then we'll put some colors on the sides that will match the top with all the decoupage. So yep, I have my clean rag here. And my brush is a little bit damp, but I'm going to just dampen it a little bit each time I touch it up. So the bottom is all set, and now we're going to do the sides to somewhat match the decoupage on the top. And so it's all prepped. I covered it because I keep hitting something with a paintbrush and then I have to go back and do it all over again. And it just takes so much time. So I put a little bit more water in my paints just to freshen them up. Cleaned off the brushes just a little bit. And all I'm going to do is, I'm going to try to, let's see. I'm going to try to turn this so that the camera is on it. So I have my brushes on this side, my water, my blending brush, you know, an extra towel here. So, yep. So let's start right, you know, with the blue. Actually, don't really like these brushes. Just because they're, I don't know, they're too big for this particular section, so I'll keep that in a damp bottle. And let me get some different brushes. So, do you remember where we started with this old, ugly little stool?